Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our virtual business meeting. As we are all in, my assistant will now read the agenda for this meeting, which I had been sent to you in advance. Miss Noreen, you may start now.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to start by wishing everyone is doing well and healthy in these difficult times. I would also like to express my appreciation to all for joining our virtual meeting in this evening. Since everyone are here, let us now start. I am NOREN MAGLANGIT, assistant of Miss Mary Grace Sardines. Now let's begin our meeting. As you all can see, our agenda for today's meeting is all mainly about the approval of our proposed restaurant expansion. So the discussion for the agenda are as follows. First is the review for the past 3 years performance of the restaurants, the discussion for our target location, followed by the discussion for our target customer. We will also discuss the creation for the business promotion as well as the planning for the budget. And lastly, we will have the recap decisions and the next step to be made. Since our sales for the past 3 years is greatly increasing, planning for another branch is a good idea.
Yes, I agree with that, Miss Noreen. Planning for another business opportunity would be a great idea for our business to grow and expand. For us to know more about the performance of our business operation, our accountant, Ms. Avenido, will give us the review for the past 3 years' business performance.
So, good evening everyone. I am the accountant of the HBO restaurant. So, for tonight, by the way, I am Kaye, Raia, Avenido, and for tonight, I am going to give you the summary of the performance of the restaurant for the past 2 years of its operation. So, for the year 2019, the restaurants generates income that is amounting to 1 million pesos, and the for 2020 the restaurants generates income that is amounting to 1,900,000, and for the 2021 the restaurants generates income that is amounting to 2,800,000 pesos. So, for the past 2 years of the operation of the restaurant from 2019 to 2020, the restaurants generates income that is amounting to 5,700,000 pesos. And I can say that this income is a very good income, and we can say that the restaurants operates very well. And even though the pandemic came, the operations or the performance of the business was not affected. It is because of the strategies and the hard work of all the staffs in this restaurant. So I can suggest that building or finding another location for the business expansion is a very good idea, since the restaurant can finance the project, which is the business expansion. And also, we must admit that the food business are very trend during this pandemic. So that would be all. Thank you.
Yes, even though there is a pandemic, it didn't affect much our restaurant. As you can see, there are new businesses that starts during pandemic. So back to the location, any suggestion for the best target location that we could build for a new branch restaurant?
What can you suggest about our target location, Miss Marvey?
Galas is where our next target location. Galas is clearly one of the Bacolod City's emerging barangays. We can design and build a restaurant near a highway. It would be the greatest option because there are many people coming in and out of the area, especially those passengers, since it is also close to the Dipolog seaport. Anyone is welcome to come in and eat at our restaurant. Apart from that, it is close to the beach and only a few kilometers away from the boulevard, ensuring that we will have a large number of customers. When it comes to competition, the area only has caranderias, thus we will be the first to open a fine dining restaurant there.
That would be a good idea, Miss Escobido. Knowing our customer base is something we should really need to focus on. We can make another branch in that place. Aside from we would be the first restaurant to rise there, it will attract potential customers as it is new for them to try. We offer best menu, unique and new experience for them to try by dining at our restaurant. Considering for our new target customers, Ms. Sumalpong, what can you say about our proposed branch expansion in Dallas?
For me, it would be a good idea. Our target market of the proposed HBO's restaurant expansion are those people residing in Dipolog City, where our target location is also located, and also the people who live in the neighboring town. Our restaurant will be open for all different age level since we offer varieties of foods, snacks, and meals. The menu are very affordable, hence the lower, middle, and upper class income level can be a target market for the new HBO's restaurant expansion too.
Aside from it is very affordable, our restaurant ambience is a good place to stay and dine and inspire repeat visits from our customers.
So now let's hear from Miss Escobido of what strategy she has in creating a business promotion for our restaurant.
People are spending more time on social media. To match, restaurant marketers should boost their social media presence. I propose that we start a Facebook page to promote our restaurant and to post a picture of the delicious dishes we serve, not just on Facebook, other social media platform like Twitter or TikTok can be also a great promotional tools. And also because we're still in the midst of pandemic, we should disseminate the COVID-19 safety precaution on a regular and prominent basis. That is to comfort our Larry guests. We will still advise to the general public and to our valued customers that it is safe to visit and dine in our restaurant.
Promoting our restaurant through social media is a good strategy of letting our potential customers to get to know more about our restaurant by just tapping and looking for our restaurant online. And it is a good strategy to attract new customers. So, any suggestion about this?
No, let's continue with the discussion.
So, since we all agreed for this project proposal, now let's talk about the last part, planning for the budget. So, how much would be the estimated cost we could spend in building this new restaurant, Miss Avenido?
As the accountant of HBO restaurant, I can say that 3 million pesos is enough budget for the in the planning for the business expansion or the building of another restaurant. So the allocated budget for the land is 700,000, for the labor is 300,000, and for the materials 1 million pesos, and for the furnitures and fixtures 500,000. For the kitchen tools and equipment is amounting to 500,000, and that is a total of 3 million pesos.
We have the budget for that allocated amount in building a new branch in Galas. Basing on our sales for the past 3 years' income, by that we can be able to start building it by the first week of March this year 2022 soon as possible. So any further discussion regarding this proposal in building a new branch in Galas? Do you all agree with our discussion tonight?
Yes, I agree with you, Miss Sardane.
I also agree with all the ideas.
So since we all agreed, I'm hoping that all of these plans would be successful by the first week of March this year 2022, that we could start making a new milestone for our business growth and opportunity. So can you do a recap for tonight's meeting regarding the approval of our HBO restaurant expansion, Miss Noreen?
Since everyone agreed in this meeting of planning for business expansion that the construction will be start March 1, 2022 and will be located at Galas, Dipolog City with the allocated or estimated amount of 3 million pesos. That would be all, and thank you everyone.
I am certain that we follow the communication process model. Before our meeting started, the one who play as assistant of the owner sent us letter informing us to have a meeting. Along with it is the meeting agenda. We all agreed to the meeting and the owner itself checked if we already read the agenda. Time limit is set in every topic. Everyone is focused without discussion and contribute ideas. No discrimination happened during the meeting. The owner give comments and approval to the contributors. When one suggests an idea, we listen. The assistant did a recap with the ideas being approved in order to finalize the meeting and successfully. Therefore, I can say we followed the communication process model.
So, our performance is considered as a formal channel since we use Google Meet to conduct our meeting. Google Meet is also known as a video conferencing services designed for businesses only. And then for it to be more effective, I emailed everyone beforehand explaining what is the meeting all about so they can be prepared and make time for the meeting.
So for question number 3, identifying direction of communication of whether it is downward, upward, or lateral, and discuss if there are existing barriers to effective communication in our video presentation. Answer would be, downward communication is the direction of the communication in our meeting, since the message is from the high-ranking to numbers of receivers from lower level that addresses a particular task to be approved. The conduction of the meeting was not easy that resulted to unsatisfactory result of the video presentation due to some barriers that occurred during the meeting, affecting our communication. One of these is the communication channel wherein we use the Google Meet for the virtual conduction of the meeting. Unfortunately, due to the poor signal of some members, we have difficulties in following the flow of the discussion and in listening.
Do oral, verbal, and non-verbal communication is essential to our meetings? Well, definitely yes. It is essential for us to be able to understand what our groupmates want to share or to tell us. By the use of good oral and verbal communication, we understand the ideas and suggestions that our groupmates share with us. And with the use of non-verbal communication, example, the gestures, we can see who are those groupmates who did not listen or very attentive to during the meeting.
In our video presentation, there is no cultural barrier occurred during our business meeting. As we all speak only one language, no cultural disagreement happened between us, as we are all well aware of our different views and beliefs in life. During our business meeting regarding the approval of restaurant expansion, our discussion went well. We ensure that we have a clear and polite communication by using simple and kind words that are very easy to understand so that everyone can comprehend the discussion. Everyone in the meeting shared their opinions in planning for the good and creative outcome of the project.